Melissa Recovers, where I do all sorts of crazy things to recover the person who I was always meant to be. Today, I am doing my weigh-in. I went and weighed in. I went to a meeting earlier in this week because I was feeling really fragile. I needed some extra support, but I wasn't ready to weigh in yet because it was only Tuesday. So here we are Friday, and I went and weighed in, and at our meeting location, at our Weight Watchers location, on Wednesday and Friday mornings, because there's no meetings on Wednesday and Friday mornings, they just let you weigh in all day long. So they just have a staff member there, like a receptionist / leader, who's always there to weigh in. So that was good. I'm glad that I went. It's been a tricky week because I feel like I've been white knuckling it. If you know anything about AA and addiction and recovery, you know that white knuckling is where you're not really truly free of your addiction, but you are holding on really tight and you're keeping the rules, and you may not be drinking alcohol or overeating, but you are still not completely at peace. And that's kind of the way I felt this week. So one of the things that I did to kind of overcome that was I picked a scripture that I wanted to memorize and work on, and I screenshotted the actual text of the scripture from my scriptures, and I saved that as my lock screen. So every time I went to go use my phone, I was reminded of the scripture, and it is, "Look unto me in every thought, doubt not, fear not." And I think a lot of the reason why I struggle with food and eating is because I tend to be afraid of stuff. I have a really dramatic history. If you were to read a book of my life, you'd be like, what? No way. It's over the top. But I'm trying, like I said, Melissa Recovers. I'm trying to recover the person who I was always meant to be. So this whole week was about all or nothing. This is the weekly. And it says, are you an all or nothing thinker? And if you overeat, is that it? Game over? Or, yeah, I overeat, so I'm going to track it and move forward. And I think anyone who really struggles with weight as like a lifelong battle will admit that they either have been or currently are all or nothing thinkers. And I think that's what we really have to try to get away from. So, I heard an analogy once and I loved it. If you walked out to your car and your tire was flat, would you then throw your hands in the air and proceed to walk around to the rest of the car's tires and flatten the other 3? How often do we do that in our lives, in our weight loss journey or any other thing that we do, where we might have a minor setback, but we treat that minor setback as the end of the world, and we give up and we throw our hands in the air and we deflate the other 3 tires. I brought that up at my Tuesday morning meeting, and Camille, my leader, said, exactly. If you have a flat tire, what happens when you drive on that flat tire? You know, you can kind of feel that your tire is getting low. It's kind of cars veering off, rumbling, and if you do nothing about it, you're going to end up stranded on the side of the road. And the way I look at it is that you make no progress. You can't move forward. So this week I tried really hard to drive to the gas station and inflate the tire that has been low the last couple of weeks. So Easter came and went, and I did pre-track. I had funeral potatoes and ham and a little teeny tiny tablespoon of green bean casserole. I got to eat all of the normal Easter things. I even had a Reese's peanut butter egg, the small ones. But I tracked it, and even though I was in control and accountable to my phone and the Weight Watchers app, I still felt like my car was rumbling all over the road and I didn't quite have control of the situation. So I tried to track all week long. There were some meals that I'm not like completely proud of, but at the end of the night, when I only have, you know, 4 points left, what do? I have an egg and 2 pieces of delightful bread. So there's your 4 points, and some fruit, and I call it good. And I stayed within my points. I got a blue dot, I think 5 out of the 7 days this week, which to me is a huge indicator of progress. So that's my week. I'll just tell you about my weigh-in. I got on the scale and I knew it was going to be iffy because it's that time of the month where my body tends to retain water, and I knew that I had the cards stacked against me. But I was hopeful because I followed a plan that I would be able to pull out a loss, and I did. I'm down 0.8, which puts me at 28.4. So I'm only 1.6 away from getting that 30 pounds gone. And it's taking longer than I wanted. I'm at like the 4-month mark. But I'm doing it. I didn't give up. And in fact, Friday morning in our family is donut day. I take my kids usually to a bakery, and my littlest one wanted to really go get a donut because it's Friday. And I took her, and the old Melissa may have had 4 donuts. And the new Melissa may have chosen to have 2 donuts, but the strong Melissa chose to have 0 donuts. So I'm really proud of that. That is another measured progress for me, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna have a real breakfast with real food that I make myself. We've got beautiful eggs from our chickens. They're starting to lay more because it's getting warmer and sunnier, and I'm just gonna do it. That's it, folks. I'm just gonna follow the plan. So anyway, I hope that you have a great week. I hope that you can gain some balance to what it means to be all or nothing, and find a healthy way to deal with that. And I hope that you have great losses this week. I made some videos this week on how to make homemade bagels and DIY bagel thins, which were awesome. They're so yummy, and they're only 3 points each for the bagel thin. And what I love about them is that they cost pennies, because you all know that I'm the cheapest person on the planet. So check them out. And there's also a video, a recipe for a quick and family-friendly dinner on how to make bagel pizzas. So I made those with bagel thins, and they're only 7 or 8 points depending upon the toppings that you put on them. So I just want you to have a great week. Why don't you tell me what you do when you come out to your car, your Weight Watchers car, and you have a flat tire? Do you get out the tire pump and fix the problem, or do you walk around and deflate the other 3? Have a great week, everyone.